Many years ago, after the great King David ruled Israel with strength and courage, his son Solomon rose to the throne. Solomon was young, and the responsibility of ruling a great nation lay heavily on his shoulders. Israel was strong, but needed wisdom, justice, and peace to continue its growth. On the day Solomon became king, crowds filled Jerusalem with music and celebration. Trumpets blasted, priests blessed the new ruler, and the people shouted, "Long live King Solomon!" But despite the praise, Solomon's heart was humble. He knew that being a king was not just about wearing a crown or sitting on a throne. It was about leading God's people with fairness and understanding. Solomon's prayer for wisdom. One night, Solomon traveled to Gibeon, where the great tabernacle of God stood. There he offered sacrifices and prayed. As he slept, God appeared to him in a dream and spoke, "Solomon, ask for anything you desire, and I will give it to you." Other kings might have asked for power, wealth, or the defeat of their enemies. But Solomon bowed his head and said, "Lord, I am like a child who does not know how to lead. Your people are many and mighty. Give me wisdom, an understanding heart, so I may judge your people and know what is right." God was pleased. Because Solomon did not ask for riches, long life, or victory in battle, God said, "Behold, I give you wisdom greater than any man before or after you. And I will also give you what you did not ask for: riches, honor, and peace. If you follow my ways, I will bless your life." When Solomon awoke, he knew that God had answered his prayer. His heart was filled with confidence and purpose. The famous judgment soon after Solomon began ruling, two women came before him with a difficult case. They lived in the same house and had both recently given birth, but one child had died during the night, and both women were now claiming the living baby as their own. No witnesses, no proof, only tears and accusations. The court was silent. How could a king possibly know the truth? But Solomon asked for a sword. The people gasped as he declared, "Divide the living child in two. Give half to each woman." One woman agreed coldly, but the other cried out in anguish, "No, please, do not kill the child. Give him to her, just let him live." Solomon pointed to the weeping woman and said, "Give the child to her. She is the true mother." The court erupted in awe. News spread across Israel that their king had unmatched wisdom from God himself. A golden age for Israel under Solomon's leadership. Israel flourished like never before. Peace filled the land. Trade expanded. Neighboring nations paid tribute to Israel and sought Solomon's counsel. The people built roads, planted vineyards, and worked without fear of war. Music, poetry, and learning flourished. Solomon wrote thousands of proverbs, songs, and wise sayings. A gentle answer turns away anger. Wisdom is better than gold. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. His words guided kings, priests, and common citizens alike. Building the temple of the Lord. One of Solomon's greatest achievements was the construction of the temple in Jerusalem, a promise God had made to his father David. Furriers, craftsmen, stonecutters, and builders worked with great skill. Cedar from the mountains of Lebanon was shipped across the sea. Gold and precious stones were collected from distant lands. When the temple was completed, Solomon held a great dedication ceremony. Thousands came. Priests carried the Ark of the Covenant into the Holy of Holies. As the people worshipped, the presence of God filled the temple like a cloud, and Solomon knelt and prayed, "O Lord, let your eyes always watch this place. When your people pray, hear them, forgive them, and heal their land." The people rejoiced, for God had blessed their nation. Solomon's wealth and power. Solomon's fame spread far beyond Israel. Kings and rulers traveled long distances to hear his wisdom. One of the most famous was the Queen of Sheba, who brought caravans of gold, jewels, and spices. She questioned Solomon with riddles and challenges, and each time he answered with insight and understanding. After seeing his palace, his court, the temple, and the happiness of the people, she said, "Surely the wisdom and glory God has given you is far greater than I was told." Solomon's warning and downfall. But even wise men can make mistakes. Over the years, Solomon married many foreign wives, and they brought customs and gods from their nations. Slowly, Solomon's heart drifted away from the Lord. Some of the women persuaded him to build shrines and altars for their idols. God sent warnings, but Solomon did not listen. Because of this, God declared that after his death, the kingdom would be divided. Solomon wept, knowing that he had allowed pride and distraction to steal the purity of his heart. Yet, God did not remove his blessings in Solomon's lifetime, because of the promise he made to David. The end of Solomon's days. As Solomon grew old, he looked back on his life, the victories, the peace, the wisdom, the riches, and the mistakes. He realized that without God, even achievements lose meaning. Many believe Solomon wrote the book of Ecclesiastes in his later years, saying, "Everything in this world is meaningless without God." After 40 years of rule, Solomon died and was buried with honor in the city of David. His reign was remembered as the greatest age of peace, prosperity, and wisdom Israel ever saw. Wisdom is more valuable than wealth or power. God honors humility and an obedient heart. Even the wise can fall if they wander from God. True success is found in following God's ways.